Howdy, folks. Welcome back. Here we are at January 9th of 2023, and there's just all kinds of activity going. There's little jets shooting out over here, little CME coming out here. Just this CME right here turns into big jet. Just kind of weird little streaks and jets and stuff. Not much, not many objects to be captured. There may have been something in there, but not much to report there because I want to come over to this right here. And this is a series of images about 90 minutes long, and there are multiple things going on the sun in this one. Here's our X flare, our latest X flare right here. At the same time, we had this jet shooting out. Let's see if I can zoom in here. See a little bit better here. Something else I want to point out here. If we can capture it. No, I didn't get it right. Let's see if we can tilt it up a little bit more. There we go. And pull this out of the way. Something I want you to see is this big jet shooting out and reaching all the way down and off the screen here. The sun is like squirting out material at the same time it's having an X flare. Now, this X flare did not produce a CME again. This is the second X flare now that has not produced a CME. This is getting strange because most time we have even an M flare and it produces a CME. So let me pull this out of the way here. And then once that disappears, well, let's zoom out a little bit better. Oh, my bad. Sorry, hang in there, folks. All right, let's just zoom out there. Put this back here and just let that play for a second and watch the sun as it's popping off. It's like snap, crackle, pop, bing. There's one here, this shooting out, this huge CME over here. There's something going on up in here and up in here. So there's like 5, 6 different things all happening at once when this X flare went off. This X flare that did not produce a CME again. I have a feeling our sun is reacting to this inbound wave. And here we are seeing another X flare that has not produced a CME. Yet we see M-class flares that are huge. Yet this one and the one that it produced before have not produced CMEs. Now they're calling this a hyperactive region now, and it is rotating into the Earth's, field now, into our direction. This latest X flare right here will probably sideswipe us. It's not directly coming at us, but it will give us a little sideswipe. There's no CME associated with it, so it already made its impact and everything and did a radio blackout, and I think that's all we'll see out of this thing because there's no CME coming with it. This little jet shooting out down here is, let's see if it'll pick it up if I tilt it down. Yeah, it does a little bit. Let me just kind of zoom in just a tad bit bigger there. There we go. Now let's get it out of the way. Yeah, because this huge spout of plasma is just this huge filament that squirts out of this little spot right here. It's not like it was a huge filament that snapped and erupted. This is ejecta coming out of a small hole here and shooting out and draping down like a waterfall kind of. Camera's not capturing it. Let's go in just a tad bit closer. There, it's capturing it now. Yeah, this big spout just comes pouring out. It's not like it's a big filament loop that snapped or something. It looks like it squirted out of the sun at the same time we had this X flare, the same time this one's going off up here, and this one over here. So multiple things going on the sun without big CMEs. So this is a different kind of activity. And when I see different kind of activity, I got to report on it. So Just leave that there for a second and look at the sun just snap, crackle, pop, boom, 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 boom. These two big ones, this big jet's shooting out at the same time. This big old or this one produced a CME, I believe. But just lots of activity going on the sun. So I'm expecting to see, effects in our weather again when this stuff reaches the earth. So here we go again, folks. But that's it for tonight. I just wanted to bring this to you and show you this little the sun popping off here. We have this, like I said, our second X flare out of this region, and it's rotating into the Earth facing direction. So I expect we might see more X flares out of this. If that's the case, that this inbound wave is causing these X flares that don't produce a CME. This is more like an electric discharge, an electromagnetic discharge from the sun that does not produce a CME, and that's the second one from this region right here. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this, and I'm expecting that we'll see more out of that. There's expected to be more here, and let me just try to pull back here and do one more thing. I'll go back here. I want to pull up. I think it was on this site. If it'll let me have it. Now, that may be it for tonight. If it doesn't pop up, here we go. Yeah. And I want to come over here and show you here. This is our our X-ray flux. And let me just tilt it down a little bit so you guys can see here a little bit better. Scoot it up, and I'll even zoom in on this. Just real quick, I want to go over here to the solar X-ray flux here because we're at sea level. This is good, but look at all these little M pops. Boom, boom. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another M. There's the X class flare that we just saw, and now 2 more M classes after that. So we're riding this little wave of intense X-ray flux. Okay. And we're bound to have more X flares out of this. Let me just go down real quick. I want to show you something here. Back out. All right, showing it just a little bit. Let me scoot this over here, just a little bit. Right here, C flares. 99% chance of C flares because anything that's going on right now is in the C class range. We're at a heightened state of X-ray flux right now. If you look over here, 70% for M flares. And look how many M flares have hit. There's a 35% chance of X flares, and we've had this one and another one that's off the page here that happened just a couple of days ago, and then one prior to that a few days before that. So the sun is ramping up in activity, and we're riding this higher wave, this higher X-ray flux right now. So the sun's in this unstable situation right now. We're at a higher X-ray flux, and we're seeing, R1 and R3, radio blackout. So that's it for tonight. I just wanted to bring that to you and tell you all I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next video, bye.